So I watched Blair Witch a couple months ago, and I watched it on Blu-ray, and I was just like, there's something that's not right. I don't know if the film's just not aged well, but not only that, but the Blu-ray cleans it up way too much. I don't know, it's just seeing the blue in Heather's clothing and seeing all the details in the forest. It didn't feel like a found footage anymore, or the found footage that I remember watching with my dad when I was 11, renting it on VHS, and it scared the hell out of me. And I had a theory. What if I've tried it out on VHS? I had not watched the film on VHS since I was 11, so I experienced the film for the first time. And this was one of my first major horror movies that I watched, and it scared the bejesus out of me. It was tense, and although I didn't see the monster, I was still invested and terrified, and I was just like waiting for something to come out of the forest at any moment with all those sounds during the night. And luckily I have my own VHS player, and I hooked it up to my projector, and I watched it earlier this week. So this is a fairly unique way to talk about the Blair Witch, because what can I say that hasn't been said already by both audiences that saw it back then and audiences that have seen it for the first time today? I mean, we could talk about how some of the parts haven't aged well, how it's not as scary as it once was now that the mystique has ran away, but there are little nuances that make it tense. I mean, if you're not into a slow burn film, if you're into the monster movies where you see the monster all the time, then this isn't going to be for you. And if you didn't like it back then, you're not going to really like it now, I don't think. I would highly recommend watching it on VHS if you haven't before. If you've always watched the DVD copy or the Blu-ray, or if you've caught it on TV, because I think upgrading it to HD does the film a major disservice, because it doesn't look like a dirty, grainy found footage movie that people just found in a forest. You know, the footage is too clean. It doesn't have the damaged feel that it has when you watch it on VHS. It is essentially supposed to be an old student film that somebody found in the woods, and it's amazing that the story and the acting and the tension works as well as it does, because a lot of this film is improv and the actors just reacting to stuff happening when they're waking up from a sleep, or when there's just sounds going off in the forest, and it's done really quite well. And there's little things that the actors decide to do where their characters react to certain things in very small ways that I didn't notice until watching it again. And I mean, this is a 90s classic. This is a really good found footage movie. It is the found footage movie that paved the way for so many others. And you know, people that don't like it, I understand. It hasn't aged very well in a lot of ways, and sometimes there are times where it scares me more than others. It kind of just depends on my mood. But if you have a VHS player and you can find this VHS like I did for like 50 cents at a Goodwill or whatever, pick it up and plug it in and make a movie night out of it. Make sure all the lights are off, and make sure that it is nighttime and it is dark, and you'll have a good time with it. So the Blair Witch Project, what's your preferred way to watch this film? And what's your favorite found footage movie? If you like what you've seen here, you can check out my books on Amazon. They are available on ebook and paperback. My new book, Dawn of the Half Angel, will be available at the beginning of December. Thanks as always for watching. Bye.